Well, not a lot about that was good. 109-97 the final. The Mavs lose game one in LA against a Clippers team playing without Kawhi Leonard. They never needed him. Led by 29 in the first half, never let the Mavs get the lead to single digits at any point from late first quarter on. A James Harden three-pointer made it 34-22 in the final seconds of the first quarter. The lead never went below 10 the entire rest of the game, and when it did go 10 with about, a minute and a half left in the game, it had already been long since over. A rather putrid showing from the Dallas Mavericks in game one of their Western Conference first round series against the Clippers. Completely laid an egg in the first half and trailed by 29 at one point in this game. It's up to you whether you want to see positives in what they did in the second half of this game. They had an 11-2 run early on in the third quarter to cut the lead down to 20. They had an 11-3 run to start the fourth quarter to cut the lead down to 15. They had a 10-2 run midway through the fourth, and there was at least a brief moment in time where, especially if they'd hit a few more free throws, you may have thought, hey, they could make this at least somewhat interesting down the stretch. It never really got to that point. I don't know whether you can actually take positives out of that because it was a game that still was pretty well in hand. They never actually made the Clippers sweat late in this game. So that could just as easily be chalked up to, hey, the Clippers were just playing with their food. And maybe there's not as much positive behind that. But if nothing else, you saw them show some fight in the second half of this basketball game and try to get back into it. Ultimately, though, a game one loss. Luka scores 33. Kyrie Irving scores 31. PJ Washington scored 11. Nobody else had more than 6. Tim Hardaway Jr. was not good. He had 6 points. Green had 4 points. Exum, Lively, Gafford, and Kleba all had 3 points. That's the scoring for the Dallas Mavericks in game one of their series against the Clippers. That won't remotely do it. They're going to need somebody to step up beyond Luka and Kyrie, and nobody did in this game. Mavs could not shoot for anything at all. Clippers hit three-pointers all game long at a 50%-ish clip. That's going to be hard to beat on the road anyway, but it's certainly going to be hard to beat when you play as poorly as the Mavs did in the first half. They've got until Tuesday night to figure it out for game two.